Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So this video is consist of Elementor product card design like this. So you can see how it's look like. So let's go and find out how do we make cool and amazing product card design with the help of Elementor. So let's go to the editing page, and now on editing page first we will take a parent container. And now on parent container I will going to take a 3 child container, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so inside this parent container now we have 3 child container. First what we are going to do, we are going to change the background color of the parent container. So we select this container, and on style we will going to take a color for the background, and this is going to be 130640. So this is our background color. Now on second step I will going to change the background color of the each container. So I will select this container, and on this container I will choose style and then background. Now what I am going to do, I am going to choose the gradient color for this container. Okay, I'm not choosing only the background color, I'm going to choose the gradient color. Now on the gradient color we have two colors. So gradient color means the color combination of two colors. So first we are going to take the color. First color should be FFFFFF14, and our second color is just fine. Now what we are going to do, now I am going to give a location of the first color is 94, and the second color I'll give the location of 77. Now I will go ahead and do a one more setting, so it give us a border of this color. Okay, so now I will change the type into radial. So once I'll change it, it give me the position, it must be center. Okay, so now let me show you how it looks like. So you see the borders around the container. Okay, let me show you. Increase the size of the container and you can find out easily what I am talking about. So now you see the border. So let me zero the height again, and on next step what I am going to do, I am going to one by one change the direction, alignment and justify content of each container. Okay, so start with the first container, and on the first container on layout you will find out the justify content, direction and alignment. So first I will give the direction to the vertical. Okay, and now I will give the center to the justify content and align on the center. So whatever I'll put inside in this container, it automatically be in center. Okay, so I'll do the same with this container. Done. So 3 container, we change the alignment and the direction of the container. Now on the next step I will take a image element on the first container, and I will take the heading element as well, and I will change the color of the heading. On style I will change the color into white. Okay, so I change the color. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the text as well into Nike shoes. Okay, so let's forward to the next step. Now I will going to take the one more container inside this container. Okay, so I will select this container, and on this container I will add one more container. Okay, and now inside this container I will add 2 other container. Okay, not on this container, I will put 2 more container on this container. Okay, one. And so inside this container I will take one more container. So now you see inside this container I have two more containers, and I will do the same. And for this two container I will do the same, change the direction and justify content, but this time I will change the direction to the right side. Okay, for this container I choose the direction to the vertical, but for this container I will choose the direction to the right side, which means that whatever I get here, it's going to be right side. Okay, and in the center as well, because I justify the content in the center, and also I align the item in the center. And I'll do same with this container as well, give the direction to the right side and justify the content center, and alignment also center, and update it. Now on the next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a heading element on this first container and change the HTML tag into span, and change the text as well for the heading container into size. And I'll do one more setting in the style to change the color of this heading into white. And I will also change the typography of this heading size into lightweight. It's 600, and I will choose 300. Alright, now on the next tab I will choose this container and add a button element. So now we have a button here. Now I'm going to change the text of the button into 8. And now I'm going to change the background color and the text color also. The text color I will let it be the white color, and the background color I will let it be the black color. The text color and the background color I'll choose white color. So now it's look like this. And I'm going to do some few changes as well. You can see here the border radius. I will give a border into 6. And padding also, I will give the padding 6 as well. Alright, our button is ready. What we have to do, just duplicate the multiple times. So now we have 4 buttons. We're going to change the text one by one into 9, 10, and 11. Now my friend, you are seeing a lot of gaps between the heading and the buttons, right? So how can you decrease the text of this button, right? So just select this container, and in this container you will find out on layout the gaps of the column and the row. So here we are going to give it 6 is enough for that. Now we are going to update it. Now this button size button container is ready. Now on the next step we are going to add another heading on this container and give this heading a text into color. And we do the same setting. The HTML text will be span, and in style on typography we will give it 300, and we will also change the color of the text into white. Now it just look perfect. Now on the next step we will select this container and add an icon. So we have an icon of here, a star. We will change this icon into circle. So here we change it. We should search for the circle here, or we should write it down. So here is the circle. Insert it. So it's not the right circle we want it, right? So let me change here and select the different circle. this circle I am talking about, we are going to take this circle. So now we have our circle, and I'm going to do few changes. First, I will select the circle, and on a style, I will give this circle a size of 20. Is enough for that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this circle multiple times. Now I will change the color of the circle one by one. Just like to give it red. Here on a style, I will give this circle a color, white color. And here I give this circle on a style, I will give this circle a black color. Now you see the same difference, the gap between this container as well. So we will do the same. Select this container, and we will on layout, we will find the gaps, column and row, and we give the 6 as well. Now you see the difference between this heading and this heading, why this is in the right side and this is in the middle, because we didn't justify the content of this container in the right side. So we select this container and justify the content in the right side and alignment in the right side. So now it's just perfect. Let's update it and have a look on this container. So now it's that much ready. So on the next tab, I will add the button of this main container. You can find out the main container. I'm not talking about this container. I'm not talking about this container. This is the different container for the size, and this is the different container for the colors. But I'm talking about this main container. I will select this container, and for this container, I have a direction to the vertical side. So whatever I put here, it will going to be downside. So I will add a button element, and I will change the button element alignment into center. Here you can make that button into center, and now I'm going to change the text into by now, and I will also change the color of this background. This background is green color. We will change this background color into white, and we will also change the text color, also give the text color into black. So our button is ready now. So the next step, I'll give the border to this button so it look more beautiful. Now it's look like this, but once I'll give the border to the button, let's say I'll give 20. So now our button look like this. We have a border on the button. Alright, so now what is the next step? We will give the motion effect to this container and this container and this button. Okay, so let's go one by one. Give the motion effect to this container. Select this container, go to the advanced, and in advanced you will find out motion effect. On motion effect, entrance animation fade in up, so it's go like upside. I'll do the same with this container. Advanced, motion effect, fade in up, and I'll do with this same button element as well. I select this button in advanced, motion effect, and I'll do the same thing with this button as well. So now our this container is ready, and it's look like this. So on the next step, you will find out, you will find out a lot of gap between this image element and this element and this element and this element. So first we will reduce the gap of this container so it's look more beautiful. So we should select this container, and on this container you will find the gap and the raw column. So let's give it a 1. So now it's get closed. So now on the next step, I will get a picture for this picture element. So this picture I'm going to take for this element. So our picture is here, and now on the style I'm going to give a maximum height of our picture should be 80. All right, and let's give it a look. So now it's look like this. Now you are find out one more thing, that our borders are pretty much square, right? Our border corners are square. So let's give a border of this whole container, a border radius. On a style, you can select this container, on a style, then border, you give us a border this container at least 10. Now you look, our WooCommerce design card border is now not square anymore, right? So the next step is I'm going to put some custom CSS code for this WooCommerce card design element. And before putting the custom CSS code, I will put the custom CSS classes for the container of size, color, and the button. Then our CSS code will work perfectly. So let's select this size container, and on advanced you will find out the CSS classes on layout. Here you can see the CSS classes. So I give that CSS classes height / first. And I'll do with the same with this container. Advanced layout CSS classes height first. And I'll also give that CSS classes to this button as well. Advanced layout CSS classes height / first. Okay, so this should be here, so our CSS code will work. Okay, so let's update it. And now on the next step, we were going to put the CSS code on this whole container. You should select this container and advance. You can find out this custom CSS code. Here I am going to put the custom CSS code for this card, so it will look more beautiful. Okay, and I will let you know why we put the CSS classes on these containers and this button the height first, and how it will work. So let me show you the custom CSS code for I made for this card. It's look like this. So I will put this code in the description. You don't need to worry, and the code is right here. If you want to write it down somewhere, you can pause the video and write it down anytime you want it. But you don't need to worry. Who is watching the video, you don't need to worry. I will put this code, I will put the same code in the description, and I will let you know also that how you can make few changes according to your website in this code. So this code is editable, okay, and this code will be given in the description as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this custom CSS code. I'm going to copy the whole code and paste on this container custom CSS. So now it's look like this. You see how this custom CSS code works, right? Once I put this custom CSS code, this element will be height, because I give this container a CSS classes of height first, and this container as well, and I give this height first class on this button as well. So it will be height when I put this custom CSS. You can see the CSS classes is height first for this button, and the custom CSS classes height first for this container. So when I put the custom CSS code on this main container, so this element will be height. Okay, so now when I put my mouse on this card, then it will be shown. So now it's perfectly done, and let's give us a look. So now it's look something like this. So let me show you how this code works and how can you add it on this code according to your website. So right here you can see the height. This code will help you to increase the height of this card. Like if you give it a 6 here, so it get increased. Now let's back to the 5. And this code is help you to hide this container. Remember we give us the height of this container, the CSS classes, right? Height first for this container, and for this container we did the same. So this container will hide by the help of this code, which we put it in the CSS of this container, custom CSS. The code is right here. So this code is help us to hide this container. If we put our mouse on this card, it will show, but if we don't put our mouse on this card, it will be hide. Now here you can see the image transform transition ease. So this code will help you to move the image fast and slow. All right, so let me show you. If I put my mouse here, it's move little fast. Let make it slow. Just 1. Now it become slow. If you want more slow, you can give 2 and check. Now it's very slow. Let's back to the 1. All right, so this code right here, this code will help you out to rotate the image and to zoom the image. Let me show you how you can rotate the image. If you give this 2 more, you see it's rotate like this, and if you remove the minus, it's move forward. If you put minus, it move backward, and if you remove the minus, it's move forward now. And this scale is for zoom in and zoom out for the image. Okay, let me show you. If you put here 2, so your image get more zoomed. So if you can zoom more for according to your website, you can zoom it more. For right now, let's back to the 1. 1 is good for this size. So this code is right here. I explained it's work for hide, and this hide this containers, and this is for ease of the image, and this is for the rotation and the zoom in and zoom out for the image. Now this code right here is just for the mobile view. Let me show you the mobile view, how this container or how this card will look like on mobile view. So let me update first, and let me show you one more thing. Now what you have to do, if you want to do one by one to do this setting with all of this container, you can do it, but let me give you the shortcut. What you need to do, you just delete this container and delete this container also. Now what you have to do, you have to duplicate this container a couple of times. 1, duplicate this container one more time. Now you have 3 cards right here. Now you just update it, and one by one change the image according to your website. Select the image container. Here we take this image, and here we gonna take this image. So now we have 3 different images. So we don't need to do the same process again for this container and this container. We should build one container first, and then we should just duplicate this right from here. Okay, now we just update here, and let me show you the mobile view, how this look like on mobile, and then I'll show you the laptop view. So here responsive, we can go to the mobile portrait, and now here this card will look like this on mobile. Just perfect. If you want to do some settings for your mobile view, you can do it, but right now this code will work on the mobile view perfectly. So how does mobile view look like? Let me back to the laptop view. So let's see the final view of this card. So the final view is just same which I showed you in the beginning, just like the same. card which I showed you in the beginning. We built the same card right here. So now by help of this card, by help of this method, you can make your own website, own card for WooCommerce or other projects. So thank you for watching the video. This video is for product card design for WooCommerce by the help of Elementor. Thank you for watching the video.